at all. So let's look at our objective today. We're going to look at how powerful people do not want Africans to be informed. They worked hard. These people use media, serious media. The same thing they are doing to African Americans in America, they were doing it to us in Africa. They marked us out. If you see, go and look at the policy of Nixon. Nixon's policy, they came up with a plan that they will make sure that every evening news, they will dehumanize Black men. And that's how we continue to see it today. For those of you that just arrived in America, every time you see evening news, oh, Black person stole a G, Black person did this one. But these people are stealing billions, trillions. But the evening news will focus on the Black man that went to a grocery store and take a beer from the freezer. All planned. All planned. We'll look at end of religious camps in Nigeria and Africa, because that's what it is. It's a religious slave camps. You go there, the one called, what's his name? What God does not do, cannot exist or does not exist. That one. We're telling you that our constitution is holding us down. You're not a policy maker. You're there talking about God. Which God? The same one we've been calling since 100 years? Which God is coming? The same one that sat there. They came with a sheep called Jesus and collected our people for over 500 years. He didn't come down. You're still calling the same God again? Deceiving our people and distracting them from what information they should be dealing with at this point in time. We are going to look at winds of change and how they are blowing. And then our take-home point as well as our Nina's 5-point agenda. As you guys are wasting time running around pretending like you have a home. You live in Usman Dan Fodio's camp. That's another slave camp. We have the overall camp, the Usman Dan Fodio camp. And then we have the church camp, family camp, because everybody wants to enslave each other. You go home, husband wants to enslave the wife and the children. The wife wants to enslave the maid that came to help her. Everybody enslaving somebody. And all of us in totality, we are being enslaved in Usman Dan Fodio's camp, watching over us for their colonial terrorists, Britain. This video we are using for educational purposes only. And then we'll move on with our topic. Powerful people do not want Africans to be informed. Everything was strategically orchestrated for us to be where we are now. Nothing is by accident. It's all by design. And as long as you don't understand that, you begin to think somebody is going to do it. God will do it. P2B will do it. And then more will do it. Jesus will do it. Overnight will do it. No. The situation that we find ourselves is strategically designed for someone to be benefiting while we are running from pillar to post. Again, John Clark reminded us that powerful people can never afford to educate the people that they oppress. They can't. They lack the capacity to do so. They do understand that once we are truly educated, it's over. Their job subjugation will be over. So when the oppressed get informed, they don't have any choice than to take their power from those oppressing them. So with that understanding, powerful people will do everything within their powers to keep the people uninformed, disinformed, and misinformed. I've always wondered why they allowed all kinds of African churches to come and plant here. If you come where we live, every parking lot, every shopping strip is RCCG, is Christ Embassy. If it's not Christ Embassy, is what is the other one? Holy Ghost, not Holy Ghost Fire, Mountain of Fire. These are the big ones. I don't know about the small ones. Every parking lot they will find, they will insert one in there. They tell lies and spread propagandas to confuse the people. They ask us to wait on the Lord, on the things we should be doing for ourselves. Our brother will convince other 41 men to go into the bush for 2.5 years and then have the audacity, so brainwashed, she will come on TV and be talking it. And then when we ask them, what is it that you're doing in there? He said, I don't understand the question. Of course, you don't understand. You're mad. You want How can you understand? Somebody say here, Adeboye landed by helicopter on the, look at this. And I was thinking it was far-fetched. Oh, it already happened. He said Adeboye landed by helicopter on the helipad of the Redeemed Church Trinity Tower in Victoria Island. Trinity was the branch where the presiding pastor refused to move when he was removed in the aftermath of the lavish birthday of his wife. Or again in Afia. Oh, you see, I'm already late to the party. So now they are landing on top of their church.
Yes, they approved Oyedepo's own also, his own airstrip. He has been approved also. So that's the next competition line. We are going to be getting airstrips and helipad.
Chai.
For our private jets and our aeroplane and everything and helicopters and all that. Yes, and Jesus is coming. And Bible told them that the rich cannot enter heaven. That it will be that camel will have to enter the eye of a needle before rich will enter heaven. Yet nobody wants to be poor. Everybody wants to be billionaire, multi-billionaire, multi-millionaire. So which heaven have they been preaching to you, our people?
The one here they're enjoying now.
Natoboro, our people, Natoboro. That's what we're saying. Get sense, develop sense. Begin to think deeper as we are talking. Let your mind go deep so that everything will make it sense to you.
Yes, my dear. So these criminals make laws that they do not live by. It only applies to the poor masses. We can see in our area where they have the, what is the area, the northern part? Sharia. There, they have Sharia over there. The man, the government, the guy in government will buy alcohol and be drinking, but if they see a child of a poor person or a widow, you get your hand get cut off.
Yep.
That's the kind of law they will make.
Yep.
So unjust in their religious beliefs.
They will steal billions. And then if you steal bread, if a poor person steal bread, they will chop off the hand.
Devilish.
Very devilish. Very devilish.
Instead of schooling our children, they will form all sorts of cults, empires, and social classes to keep their secrets to themselves and scare the rest of us. Our people are afraid of everything. They're afraid of water. They will see water beside their house. They will say, oh, it's 50 billion headed demons are in that river. You will do this one. Just terror, fear everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's all kinds of cults. When you look at the political entities, they have their APC, PDP, ABGA, they will be running from pillar to post. They are worse than prostitutes. They will sleep with everybody. Okay, Mangwara. At least most prostitutes will sleep with human beings. This one will sleep with anything for them to become president and governor. They will even sell out someone that killed their people, 3 million of them are plus more. 5 million per the man that did the killing. They will still promote them because it's all about them. You look at the academic professional entity, the same thing, the lawyers, the judges, the doctors, all of them. All of them are being used one way or the other. You can even go to medical school. Sister Eki was telling me a horror story of one medical student that was about to graduate and somebody went and blew his head off because he's in court. When you get out of school. When did medicine and the cultism start mixing up? Exclusive clubs everywhere. Who are here, you white on top of white apron. Divine. The only one that matters. People cannot be people anymore. It cannot be I'm Igbo first or I'm a Catholic. I'm this one. Why can't you be who you are first? Why can't we be Africans first before we start naming every other thing? Then when you look at the business entity, the capitalists are there to sell you anything. They don't care if you die at the age of 35. We work in a place where we see stroke patients. We are seeing 35-year-olds having strokes from eating things that capitalist people are selling. And they don't care. because it's not their children that is dying. When you are 35, you're trying to make it, you think it's okay to go and eat McDonald's every day. Before you know it, you're doing a handshake with your ancestors. Please continue to help us to share, like, and love.
Yes, and all these clubs, or you call them cults or empires, they come in different shades and bear all sorts of names. So for our people, it's for you to identify them. Even the social cults, yes, Ndi Agege, Ndi Lele, rich, famous, and glamorous, you know them. We are saying stay away from them, because powerful people will not want Africans to be informed, but we want you to be informed. That's why we break these things down for you, because when you know them, you'll be able to identify them and keep yourself away, you and your children, away from them. Thank you.
Absolutely. When you are informed, you're able to outsmart your enemy or your enemies. The worst thing you can do is not for you to think you know it and you don't, and your enemies have all the information. That is worst.